want to thank you guys for coming on. We really appreciate your time. Sorry for how the season has gone for everybody. Coach Caruana, Albert, and myself. My name's Eric. We're both coaches here in the Bay Area of California, and it sucks just as much for us. And we would love to still be able to sniff the track at least, and be able to still have that feeling of going out there competing and racing. And so we look forward to gaining some perspective from how things are going for you guys, as well as maybe some interesting questions from the audience as well that'll come in for you guys as a family. So for those, I'm going to be talking to those of you guys in the attendance right now. We already have people coming in every second now, but for those of you guys that are in right now, just addressing you guys, when you guys come in, if you guys want to ask a question personally to the Young family, go ahead and put it in the Q&A. I will sift through the questions and we'll go through the ones that get upvoted the most first, and then the ones that don't have as many votes. Those are obviously the ones that maybe people don't want to, maybe have the questions asked as much, but we'll do our best to go through as many. We cannot promise. Young family, is it okay if we go maybe for about a half an hour here?
Yeah,
Definitely.
of course.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and so yeah, we should be able to get through maybe about 8 to 10 different people in the crowd here. One question per person. So if you guys have already gotten a question asked, I'm probably going to skip you again so I can get to somebody else that's done it before. But I've got my co-host here, Coach Caruana. We always like to open these up with him asking questions. That way I can go through Q&A. And so, Coach, you want to start things off for us?
Yeah, maybe if you guys can introduce yourselves. So going left to right. So who's on the left with the hat?
That's me, Lex.
Okay, and then go ahead.
Nico.
And Leah.
So really quick, boys, I've got Lex up first with some stats for you guys. So those of you in the crowd that don't know exactly, if you haven't done your homework, it doesn't take that long to be able to find out how great these guys are. So you got Nico in the middle, and these guys, two younger twins that are going to be stellar runners, both freshman phenoms. And, it's as Nico graduates and goes off to college, the spotlight's going to be all on the little brothers now. But Lex and Leo both ran sub 15 minutes in the 3 mile as freshmen. Both, I think 15:37 for Lex, 15:41 for Leo at the Woodward Park. I didn't see any times for Lex for track to open up the season, but I did see Leo ran 4:22 at the opening track race. And so that's a pretty stellar time for a freshman. Then obviously Nico, national champion, fastest 3 mile time in high school history, 14:28 at Woodward, which is the second fastest time on the course ever. And he's done that twice. And then 7:56 recently in the 3,000 meter also. So that's pretty special stuff. And then I don't know if I said it, but he's committed to Northern Arizona University. So welcome in, boys. Coach, you have a question for him?
Yeah, I think like for Nico, I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of had to establish your own, presence. But now that your younger brothers are freshmen, what kind of advice have you given them? Like things you went through, what kind of things have you shared with them that you think will help them?
Well, I think I've definitely just shared like overall race experience and like advice of like what to do like in a race situation and stuff like that, and just kind of anything every day that they have a question about during practice, and just learning the ropes of running in high school. So.
Still my question, Coach. It's a good one. Rennie, you're going to be the first one up as always. You got the most upvotes, so you've got the same question as always for all our guests. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you in so you can ask in person. It takes a second for people to come in, filter from the crowd into the stage.
Hello. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah.
I've been asking everyone this, and it's kind of random. It doesn't have to do with running, but I was wondering what your guys' middle names are.
All right.
I'll start. My middle name is Martin.
Yeah, mine is McPherson.
My middle name is Randolph.
Yeah.
Oh, I like them. Thank you for answering.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks, Rennie.
Good warm-up question.
Yes.
All right, William, you've got the next upvotes here, so I'll go ahead and let you ask that in here. keep the questions coming, guys. We will be able to get through the 3 questions that have been asked so far.
Well, hi, Young family. I wanted to ask, since in 10 years, which one of you thinks will be the most successful runner of your family?
I'd say probably Nico.
Nico for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a common trend that the youngest of the family tends to be the superstar.
Huh.
So,
So
who's born
who's the youngest?
after the other one?
That's Leo.
I'm the youngest
By like
but
a minute, but
I don't think
I'll never be able
No.
to do any better than Nico.
No, that's not true.
No pressure.
But you guys strive to be as good or even better than him, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and you guys train together?
Yes.
And so that kind of shows in practice, or is it kind of just like do your own thing?
They definitely are already running faster than I did freshman year, so
Yeah. For now.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
Of course.
yeah.
You know, with that, I know that you guys probably, I mean, freshmen across the country all are looking at, you know, what times did Nico run? What times did this person run or that person run? And be like, hey, I'm where that person is. Like, I should be able to run as fast as him. Or, and that's got to be something that's on both of your guys' minds, Lex, Leo. You know, that as far as like, you know, hey, I'm faster than where he was as a freshman. Perhaps maybe one day that we could be first and second in the nation. Has that ever crossed your guys' mind? Is that a long-term goal of your guys's?
I think it's definitely crossed my mind that like at the point that I'm at, I'm already like I guess on track to be as good as Nico. Now, I think the training methods that we have as a freshman versus what Nico had are probably a little bit different. And I think the environment is a little bit different, but I think it's very motivating to like
Yeah.
be on
I think
track.
it's cool to be like on that trajectory, but like it's different for everyone, you know, like you might think that like even though you're faster now might not mean you're faster then, because you know like some people like just like will hit a break kind of in the like just like Nico, he didn't go that fast like sophomore year and he just like exploded. So some people like their trajectory is just like, but like some people it's like more steady. So you never know like where you are. You just have to keep on working.
I like that perspective. You know, and Nico, I saw in one of your interviews that you had that you talked about one of the biggest lessons that you learned from running in general was that you had to understand like how good you actually were. You know, was there a point in time where you questioned, you know, being a national champion and being like, hey, am I good enough to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely thought about that all season. That was the goal, so I was definitely questioning that all the time, and but my team and my coach kept me motivated to reach that goal. So,
and you know, that's the challenge. I think that maybe perhaps your brothers maybe don't have to, you know, face as much because hey, big bro did it. Maybe it runs in the family. So that's my hypothesis is that you've done it first, and it's always hardest to do something the first time. Same ways when you get a PR, it's always much easier to get that the second time around.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'll go ahead and I'll stop taking time from other people to ask questions. So Abby, you're next up with questions here. She's got an interesting question for you guys.
Out of the 3 brothers, who would win in a 400 race, or like who has the most speed in the family, like not long distance wise?
That's tricky. I would say probably still Nico. Probably because I'm older. But like some people say he doesn't have much speed, but like I've seen him just go berserks in workouts, and like he has a lot of speed. Yeah.
Let's say Nico was a freshman. If you guys were triplets instead.
Probably it would not be me.
I would say Leo, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
probably Leo. Yeah.
Thanks, Abby, for the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next up, Morgan.
Lex and Leo, what's your favorite food that Nico makes?
Lex, you want to go first? That's so hard because he makes so many good foods. But lately he's been making like a sourdough bread. He's been trying out with that recipe, and I really like that. Sourdough's delicious. So that's got to be one of my favorites, at least recently.
That's what I was gonna say. Let me see. Is there anything else? I really like the protein bars. Nico makes really good protein bars. Right now, I would say the sourdough, but I don't want to say the same exact thing. But I don't know. A lot of Nico's food is really, really healthy. But the protein bars are sort of like in the middle because they got a little bit more sweetness. So I like them.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Good
Definitely.
question. I know you guys weren't expecting these kind of questions.
No, it's fun.
So,
All
so I have a quick question. So Nico, I'm sure things have changed a little bit the last couple of years, and you've had to lead practices and as well as many races. Are you looking forward to going to college and being able to just be behind teammates and being able to not have to expend so much energy like leading races and practices?
Yeah, that definitely played a big part in my college decision. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a amazing group of training partners for sure. Yeah.
All right, Morel, you're up next.
Hey, so this is just a question that popped out of nowhere, but for all three of you, if you were to run like a different race than like your average race, like any other race or actually event, which one would it be?
I think I would probably want to run like probably the 400, just because I don't really do anything like that, and it'd be fun to try. Definitely be fun to try. Yeah. I always thought it'd be cool to do like the steeplechase. Oh yeah, that's. Or even like, I know this isn't like officially like track, but it'd be cool to do like triathlons. Those seem like those kind of be fun.
Yeah. I want to try like, I don't want to try at 200 because I've done those in workouts, and I'd like to see how like much I could push it in one.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was interesting. One of our last guests, Taylor Eward, who finished second in NXN, is a race walker, and she's done the steeplechase before. So pretty cool to think about, you know, like all the events that she's really successful in.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Kai, you're up next. And by the way, we open this up to people around the country. So, you know, as far like we have people, you know, from several different states that are coming and asking questions. So it's all cute and all. So you guys get to talk to people that wouldn't necessarily see you at some races.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Kai.
Hi. If any of you guys had the opportunity to go pro before you graduate college, would you do it?
I mean, that would, I don't know. That would depend on like just the whole situation. I don't know.
Are you excited to go to Northern Arizona?
Yes, I'm very excited to go.
That's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Kai.
Thank you.
All right. Tor, always with the good questions. Tor, you're up next.
Hey, I was wondering, so like at something like cross country nationals, then like nerves must be super crazy. So like, how do you guys control that kind of thing? Like, and the race must go out like super fast too. So how do you control it like before and during the first like 10 seconds of the race? Like, what do you do to stay calm and stuff?
Well, for NXN at least, I don't have too many nerves because for most of the season I was the 8th man, so I was just happy to be there, so I don't have too many expectations, so I wasn't very nervous. But for other races, I do get really, really nervous, and to control it, I just try to relax, and I just like go over any sort of possibility that could happen in the race and play it out and think about what you would do. That way, like for anything, you're super prepared at least.
Yeah, go over your game plan.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous just thinking about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was especially a challenge before NXN. I definitely was very nervous before that. I think I did not sleep very well like the whole week before it, but I mean, I don't know, I guess I didn't really deal with it that well, but like I think just playing out the race in your head and talking to your coach about it and just having confidence in the training that you've put in is really important.
Yeah, Nico, you must have had to gear out super fast just to like stay in the front pack there.
Yeah, definitely. Getting out is really important. So, yeah.
Thank you, Tor.
Thank you.
All right, Alejandro, you're up next.
Oh, okay. Hello. So I know you guys kind of touched on this question a little earlier. So my question was, has it occurred to you guys that if Lex and Leo improve the same as Nico, you're basically going to run like 13 minutes at NXN or something?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that. Like we said earlier, like that we're pretty like we're not super far ahead, but like we're ahead of where Nico was as a freshman. But I don't see myself like I see myself running fast as a senior and like doing well, but I think I wouldn't. Yeah, that I don't know if I would say go like 13 minutes, just because, like I said, like the trajectory, like we'll probably like I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think it's hard to even imagine something like that. You really just gotta, you just gotta work as hard as you can and end up wherever you end up. But yeah, it'll be cool.
Well, then that begs the question: which of you two, Lex and Leo, will win NXN?
Only time will tell.
One will win junior year, one will win senior year.
Or that could happen, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks, Alejandro.
Okay.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a quick question for you guys. So, what's the most epic or funny, like Coach Brosnan, like pre-race speech?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that definitely could range pretty far. I don't know. Usually he's pretty serious and very down to the point before the race. The day before, we'll probably spend like a really long time talking about it. But pre-race, the craziest. I mean, I don't know. You guys? Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a big fan of like motivating you, and he really tries to like just instill the idea in your head that you can do it, because he thinks that's a lot of it is mental, and that is true. So if he can tell you and make you believe that you can, there's a better chance that you will do it. Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate your guys' humbleness. You know, I can tell, you know, you guys really are down to earth with, you know, just, you guys know how good you are, but, you know, we've been talking about, you know, future national champs and everything, and you guys have kind of, you know, treated it in a really respectful way. I wanted to bring up a couple people in your life that may have really helped you guys, you know, kind of grow up the right way, and that's your parents. What has made your family so strong and so successful as far as, you know, just from a running perspective? What things have your parents taught you to bring to the sport?
Well, I think they what's really important is they definitely support us in everything that we do. Like they didn't run, they didn't make us do running. It was kind of something that we chose ourselves, and I think it was really important to know that it's like our choice to be doing what we're doing, and they're just really supportive of that, and I think that goes a long way. Yeah, and they'd always just, you know, like encourage us to try our best at like the races, and just I mean, they're both pretty active, so the whole family kind of just I think we always did a lot of sports, I think, so that was really good.
Yeah, Nico, you talked about how you started when you were 6 years old running. Is that the same for your brothers?
Yeah.
That young?
Yeah, I think they did that just out of like inspiration from like watching me run. And stuff. Because when I started, I just did it because one of my mom's friends like said that I should run because they thought I looked fast like running around my yard. Like, so I'd have track in the spring and like soccer in the fall.
Well, they had a good eye.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more question to Q&A, and we'll get to you, Gabriel. He's got a question about training for you guys.
Cool.
So I was wondering regarding training, because you guys are all like fast and have probably really great training. Do you think it's more important to have quantity or quality in your training?
Quality for sure.
Yeah, I think quality.
Yeah, like
Quality.
mine and Lex's runs aren't particularly long, but I find that like it's important to make like every mile count, and you really gotta make sure that like you go out with every run, every workout with a goal, and you just want to come as close to it as possible, rather than like say if you mess up, instead of doing like an extra mile or an extra rep or something.
Yeah, I think you can also see that with our training, like with our mileage. Like our freshmen come in not doing very many miles at all, and we slowly, our coach slowly works them up to where they need to be like when they're a senior, and I think that's really important. Not just like putting a ton of miles on like a young person or even seniors too, because that really can cause injury and burnout and stuff. So.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Gabe. You know, and then kind of another question that I had for you guys is, you know, with Nico now moving out of the house, what is I mean, he's basically laid down the blueprint for you guys. And I think you guys have a perspective in which maybe from your guys' shoes as younger brothers, there's a lot of people that watch these webinars and want to hear some advice. If I were to say, what have you guys learned and what it takes to be a great runner from Nico? What has he taught you guys, whether he's said that in person or it's something that you've witnessed?
One thing that at least I witnessed is that like his training at least like really never stops. Like that doesn't mean like he's running every second of the day, but like he's making like conscious decisions for like his like performance like throughout the day, like the way he eats, the way he sleeps, the way he spends his time, like everything he does, it's like
all the little things.
Yeah.
The consistency.
It makes it so that when it comes to the running, he's like feels as good as he can, and he's like as prepared as he can.
Yeah.
And it really shows when he does workouts and stuff. He just looks like he feels great, and he has that mindset where he knows everything that he puts in his body and like treats it like a temple, like all the foods, and just not all the time, but most of the time, we're really conscious about that. Yeah. So we try to do that too, but yeah.
So where do you learn those things from then, Nico? How do you learn what it takes? I mean, is that coming from coach? Is that coming from parents? Combination of both of those things? Do you just have these, you get lucky sometimes and just figuring out what works well for you?
I think that definitely is one other thing that I think my parents have taught us is we've always been really big about eating healthy, and my mom's made a big deal about that. So I've definitely learned a lot about that from her. Like I know how to eat well, and then my coach definitely has made a huge difference with like how to recover properly and do all the things that I need to do to help my body after I run. So that's been really important. Yeah.
How are things going for your family? What's life been like?
Good. It's just been pretty like boring, I guess, probably like everyone else. But everything's good. Definitely, we're just trying to find new ways to use our time.
Can't run all day.
No, you cannot. Yeah.
How has that been though? I mean, what's the next move now? I know, Nico, you're going on to college. You know, you probably got goals, and I think I saw somewhere you were saying that you really want to do a 5K at some point this spring or summer. Is that not changed for you? Still planning on doing something like that?
Yeah, I still definitely want to do that if I can get into a race. Yeah, that would be awesome.
So you wouldn't do it on your own though?
Like a time trial? I don't
Yeah.
know about that yet. I have to talk to my coach about that. I don't know. Yeah.
And for how about you guys, Lex, Leo? I mean, for you guys, obviously not being able to have your full freshman track season here. What's the next goal on your guys' calendar?
I just want to finish up this track season of training really well, and so then I can go into cross country with like knowing that maybe I didn't get to race and have the racing results that I wanted, but I had the training behind it to prepare me, so that I have like all the confidence I need going into cross country, and then I can like, while other people maybe are just like, maybe some people aren't doing as much right now, but like I feel like maybe it'll probably benefit me in the future, like especially in cross country, as long as I can like push through this as much as I can, and then go into cross country feeling as good as I can, and just keep doing everything possible.
Like what you do this track season will definitely benefit you next track season too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like stuff to build on.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would struggle with continuing. I can feel that for the athletes that I coach. Once the races are out of the way, it's like, what do you work for? People have a tough time being able to see the big picture sometimes. Was there a period of time where that was challenging for you to try to be like, hey, I don't need these races to show that I am getting better? I mean, how do you guys see in your training that you are getting better without those performances?
I think it's we do. I mean, a lot of our workouts, like the paces that we have been running like earlier in the season, if we don't hit those paces, it's usually like would mean like we're not kind of in that same like race shape. But I think we've all been doing really well right now, so that's like gives us a lot of confidence, especially our coach is really good with that too. He definitely is really good about telling us like what kind of shape he thinks we're in, and like if we're improving, if we have a really good workout, and so that definitely helps.
Yeah, for me, I was just coming off of an injury. That's why I haven't raced yet, and I missed NXN.
Yeah.
So for me, at least, I know I'm improving because I feel better, and I'm like running and working out better, like as I just go through this track season. And so even if I'm not racing, I know I'm still improving, and all this work, whatever work I'm putting in now, it's gonna help me, and like not just like in cross country, but for years to come, because it's like you're just building that fitness.
Yeah, true. We did have another question come in from Tor, and I like his question because I saw something online about how much of a smarty pants Nico was, and I'm willing to assume that the whole family's quite the smarty pants. So he's got some questions about academics for you guys.
Cool.
Hello again. So with like the whole school year starting for you guys, or not starting right now, but when it starts, training kind of ramps up at the same time. So I was wondering how you guys like prioritize between all your classes, and I'm sure you're doing so much running too in the whole day. So like, how do you manage all of that for all of you?
I think having a regular schedule is really good. Like making sure that like when you get home from practice, you kind of like try to start your homework pretty soon, because then if you do that, then you probably have more free time later. I think trying your best not to procrastinate is a big thing.
Yeah. I think for me at least, like dividing my time is really important. Like, because we have morning practice, so that means that I have to try to get to bed earlier. So like as soon as like when I come to practice, then I'm all about practice, doing the best I can then. And then once I'm done, I just want to start doing my homework, get that done, so that I can go to bed as early as I can to be ready for the next day. And like in any free time, I'll try to study or do anything just so that I'm as productive as possible. And then over the weekends, I try to get my stuff done, so then I have a lot of free time.
Yeah, during the week with the homework and stuff, it's kind of like just a non-stop, you kind of just have to leave all that like Netflix and chilling and all that just like to the weekend when you can just kind of relax.
But I think like being productive during the week frees up the weekend a lot, so then you can like do whatever you want on the weekends, which is really nice. So
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tori. Next question. Coach, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've one final question for Nico. So last year, obviously winning NXN was a high priority, and that was probably like the biggest goal for the season. And there was word that at the state meet, you were going to have like a controlled effort. So do you think like you controlled yourself? Do you think you could have run much faster? How do you feel about that state meet race?
I think I kind of like, I think I controlled myself a little bit, but I think like the goal for that day, I probably was planning to run like put in a little less effort to make sure that I'm not too tired for NXN. But I don't know, I felt really good that day, definitely really good. If I knew that I definitely did not think I was as close to the state meet record that I was. If I knew I was that close, I definitely probably would have gone faster. So I was holding back that day for the sake of NXN, but yeah, that was the plan. So
yeah. I mean, it's interesting. For many years, the course record was 14:38, and then all of a sudden, German Fernandez just lowers it to 14:24 and kind of made it a little more challenging. So, I mean, still pretty amazing time running 14:29.
Yeah.
And you know, especially on a course that's, you know, I mean, obviously California has had a lot of great runners taking a shot at it. So that was pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Boys, we really appreciate your time that you took with us today, and we wish you the best of luck in, you know, in your guys' future endeavors with running, and you know, just appreciate it. So, do you guys have any last words of advice for anybody watching?
Just try to stay motivated during this time. It's tough for everybody. Just remember that everyone's going through it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the big picture.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. And thank you to everybody in attendance too. Appreciate it. And have a great one.
All right. You too. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.